Good evening. You are listening to Radio WJZ, New York's only home for endless wet jazz. My name is Scooch Closer, and we hate to take you away from your evening jazz bath to bring to you New York Haberdashers baseball here at the Rockefeller Oval for a rousing three-game series to come for the New York Haberdashers, the first place New York Haberdashers, as they take on in-state rivals Amalgamated Baseball Holdings, a team from Schenectady, New York, making the trip here, coming from, I believe they were on a road trip as well, having just played. Who was that? They just played. They were playing at home against the New Ohio Debonaires, and they made the very short trip, having both teams having a rest day yesterday. They are currently, I believe, sitting at 3-3 on the season, while the New York Haberdashers have two games ahead of them, sitting at 5-1 and riding a very sizable winning streak that we certainly hope to continue on here in this game with a win today. Again, three big games against ABH and the in-state rival. This, of course, being hosted here at Rockefeller Oval. New York Haberdashers able to take all three games from the Milwaukee Dutchmen, playing away at the Milwaukee baseball grounds. Very strong support they had. Very strong performance. But without further ado, let us go down to our public address announcer for the starting lineups for today's game.
Good evening and welcome to the Rockefeller Oval here in Yonkers, New York, for tonight's game between Amalgamated Baseball Holdings and the New York Haberdashers. At this time, I would like to introduce the starting lineup for the visiting team, Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. Batting first, the right fielder, number 5, Dean Westry. Batting second, the center fielder, number 24, Mike Truck. Batting third, the first baseman, number 23, Tony Smerick. Batting fourth, the second baseman, number 42, Todd Gonzalez. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 39, Carl Dandleton. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 8, Bobson Dugnut. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 11, Mike Cernandez. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 19, Raul Chamberlain. And batting ninth, the starting pitcher for Amalgamated Baseball Holdings, number 26, Scott Dorque. And with that, let us bring up the batting order and starting lineup for the New York Haberdashers. Batting first, the center fielder, number 7, Hubie Guzol. Batting second, the left fielder, number 8, Stump Phillips. Batting third, the shortstop, number 16, Stokely Hathaway. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 5, Murky Goodbar. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 46, Boob Jenner. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 40, Whiny Jagoff. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 12, Doug Lumps. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 23, Trevor Knockmore. And batting ninth, the starting pitcher for the New York Haberdashers, number 30, Gabe Ruth.
Well, I must say we have a rousing crowd. The location here in Yonkers allows a lot of away fans, supporters of Amalgamated Baseball Holdings, most likely also employees of the factory, to arrive here. There is a sizable away crowd support today. But nonetheless, we like to see that the Haberdashers will continue their winning streak as Dean Westry will pop that one up, and it will be caught by Hubie Goozle for the first out off of one pitch. Is Mike Truck, a very dangerous batter for ABH. Truck is batting .519 going into today, 3 home runs, 14 hits off 27 at-bats. Astounding, and you have to keep him quiet if you want to have a chance at beating ABH, and right there, they do not do that. Mike Truck will hit a home run and bring his home run total up to 4 on the season. What a home run that is, and that is exactly what I was saying, to keep him quiet as far as plate appearances. And right there, ABH up 1-0. Here's Tony Smerick. Smerick coming off the bench as the first baseman, taking the spot from Willie Dustis. He's batting .353, but he will in fact strike out, and that is his 4th strikeout of the season. And that from Todd Gonzalez should be an easy play. Hathaway with the Proto-Monkey good bar. Well, just the home run by Mike Truck. And you can tell the small contingent of fans are in fact the supporters of Mike Truck. They love that he is the star player for ABH, as he's going to make that catch. And again, they are nuts for Truck, and Truck's nuts are in fact going wild in the crowd. They are very much hooting and hollering. Lots of hoopla from that group, but of course keeping it friendly enough in this in-state rivalry. Well, of course, it's be a sporting affair. 1 out down here is Stokely Hathaway, as that is Stump Phillips. On with the single. Hathaway worked his way up the batting order with just an outstanding. Oh, I thought that was maybe inches short of a home run, but it is caught by who else? Mike Truck. Murky Goodbar in the cleanup spot. Goodbar, strong player. He has been batting .348. All of the Haberdashers have had outstanding batting averages, and he's going to go on with a single and improve his batting. Here is Boob Jenner. Boob Jenner, the third baseman. And again, the statistics for the Haberdashers in these first 6 games are amazing. That's going to be out number 3 for Jenner, but Jenner was batting .320 going into today. And that's going to be it for the Haberdashers. They remain down 1-0 after 1 inning. That's going to be a pop-up for Stokely Hathaway to make the catch for the first out. And that was Carl Danderson. Hey, welcome back to Bobson Dugnut. Had been missing a couple games due to injury. Glad to see him back in the starting lineup, although the Amalgamated team most certainly did play well with it in his absence. I believe they brought in, I believe they moved Gonzalez over. They brought in Darryl Archideld for second base, and Gonzalez moved over to shortstop. And they did pretty well, did they? But Bobson Dugnut, his presence necessary to be felt, and he is on with a single. And that is going to be Sanandez walking, and Chamberlain is going to pop that one up. It should be easy, and mistake by the man on second. I guess he couldn't tag up. That's a bit too shallow to do that. But Scott Dorkey, the pitcher spot, coming up at the moment. Runners on first and second. And Gabe Roof's going to want to get this out and keep the deficit at only 1-0. That's going to be, it's going to be another base coming over. A single. Looking for 2 as the pitch comes, as the throw goes home. And Dorque is on with a double, bringing up Dean Westry at the top of the lineup. Scares him off the plate a bit. That was low and inside. Inside and on target, but inside still for ball 2. Ball 3, and Gabe Ruth looks a bit rattled now, and he has walked now 2 batters this inning. Mike Truck up with the bases loaded. He's got the home run, and here in the top of the second, he is not the person to be facing. This is looking very bad for the Haberdashers at the moment. Going to pop that one up for strike 2. Smashes that one. It is, in fact, a grand slam. It's 5-0 ABH, and all of those runs can be attributed to Mike Truck. Well, my goodness gracious, Mike Truck, to industry indeed. You know, I don't really like, and of course, my goodness, my goodness me, I don't even know what to say, other than it is 6-0 to Amalgamated Baseball Holdings, and that is going to start things off with extra bases. As Whiny Jagoff starts things off on second, and this is how this gets going for the Haberdashers. Doug Lumps is going to get that one outside, and that's going to hold the runner at third. So Jagoff on third, Lumps on first. Here's Trevor Knockmore, no outs. Bottom of the second, this could possibly be good for them. Oh no, it's going to be a potential fancy Dan. It is. 1 run scores, but the bases are now cleared due to a fancy Dan double play. Here is Gabe Ruth, the pitcher spot. And that's going to be out number 3. Well, 1 run gets on the board off a couple of hits for the Haberdashers, but they still are behind by a score of 6-1. Mostly thanks to Mike Truck, responsible for 5 of the 6 runs scored by Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. Is going to pop that one up easy. Catch for Doug Lumps in foul territory. That was Gonzalez with the out. Here is Carl Dandleton, the third baseman. Yes, it is being noticed the very trim nature of, well, he gets the strikeout of Dandleton. Big strikeout, big out there for Gabe Ruth. Hopefully that encourages him and gets his confidence up just a bit. 2 outs. Here is Bobson Dugnut. People were concerned about the fitness of Gabe Ruth. He looked a bit slim, looked a bit malnourished, but I assure you he is getting his nitrates from those Frankfurters that they sell in the stands here. Those good old New York hot dogs. And hot dog indeed. Well, hot dog indeed. Now it's going to go. Oh, it's dropped! It's dropped by Dean Westry. It'll be an error as it's recorded. But nonetheless, that will put QB Guzul on first base to start things off for the Haberdashers. And that has to be an opportunity that the Haberdashers have to take, as it looks like that will be flown out to Mike Truck. And Guzul will remain on first. Stokely Hathaway, 0 for 1 today. And he looks and sees strike number 1. And that will be out number 2, as they have to make the play to first base. Murky Goodbar with a runner on second. That's going to be popped out. Doesn't look like it's going to leave foul territory, and just like that, that is how a run gets stopped. No runs on the third. 6-1 after 3. And here is Mike Fernandez as ABH take the plate to the top of the fourth. Facing Gabe Ruth, who pitches that one. Very spry is Fernandez, getting out of the way of that pitch, but of course it is in fact a now to first. Big strike swing by Raul Chamberlain. That is going to just barely take an edge and go foul. So 1-2 the count after a ball. Swing and it's out. He strikes him out, does Gabe Ruth. And that's going to be foul for Dorque, the pitcher spot with 2 outs. That should be easily dove onto by Hathaway. Cannot make the throw in time. Big swing, that's going to be foul. Here's Dean Westry, top of the lineup with 2 outs. Pitches that one out. I don't know why. Couldn't imagine the pitcher stealing base. Swing at that one, strike 2, and that, chases him off the plate with ball 2. Big swing, it's going to go foul. 2-2, still the count for Dean Westry. And that will be an easy line out to Murky Goodbar, ending the top of the fourth and bring up Boop Jenner to face Scott Dorque. Boop Jenner going into he's 0 for 1 today, but going into today, he is in fact batting .320. That will go down a bit, 8 for 26 on the season, including today. 1-1 the count. 2-1 as that's outside. Very patient. Swing, and that will go right to Gonzalez who makes the throw. Dorque, 29 pitches, 30 right now as it's being brought up to my attention, versus Gabe Ruth's 54. And that will be an easy catch by Mike Truck, retiring the side. 6-1 for Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. They lead this one. After 4 innings, here is Mike Truck to start things off. He has hit 2 home runs from both of his at-bats. He's going to keep that one on the ground, but he should be good in with a single. And it's recovered by Hubie Guzel in center field. Tony Smerick is Mike Truck. My goodness me. Mike Truck. He is batting over 500 for the season, and that is only going to go higher. He is leading the team and possibly the lead in home runs with 5. Doug Lumps will catch that one in foul territory. I must say, Mike Truck, I would have to salute you, sir, from this opposing broadcast. Hubie Guzel catches that one into center field. That's going to be a single, bringing up Carl Dandleton. So Gonzalez on first, Truck on second. That goes foul. It'll be another run at this point if anything leaves the infield. It's two strikes now. And that is going to be a big strikeout. Dandleton not happy about that one. Thought it dipped too low. I think it may have dipped just past the plate. And what control by Gabe Ruth. 0-2 the count. This would be a huge out to get for Gabe Ruth of Bobson. Dugnut goes for the sinker again, and Dugnut, just as Dandleton was, is fooled by it, and he strikes out looking. Retiring 2 on base is Trevor Knockmore for the Haberdashers at the bottom of the lineup. 8, 9, and then Hubie Guzel will be the third at bat in this inning. That should be an easy play. Dugnut makes the throw. Lyric with it. Here is Gabe Ruth, the batter. And they will, in fact, be going to foul ball Duncan, so that will be the end of Gabe Ruth's day. And Duncan's, as the pinch hitter, will get on base with a single. Mike Truck fields it. It's a single to start things off. Here's Hubie Goozle. 0 for 2 today. Not what we expect, really, from our leadoff hitter on the Haberdasher side, Hubie Goozle. And that is going to go right into the glove of Mike Truck. Found it. Truck is locked in today in the field at the plate. He can do no wrong. Stump Phillips, not having a great day himself. Batting .500 going into today, and he's going to strike out is Stump Phillips. Bring in Wash Muscles, the relief pitcher for the Haberdashers here in the top of the 6th. So Gabe Ruth's day will end after 5 innings, and can't say it was the best day for Mr. Ruth. Came on strong, but the early onslaught of hits and runs, 6-1, allowing 6. The first out for Murky Goodbar, and good to see Wash Muscles, number 70, kind of getting his footing, starting to be strong. That is going to be hit quite a long way. It's caught by Stump Phillips at the warning track. Here is Scott Dorque. That looks like it will be caught by Lumps. Yeah, it's very catchable. It did not fly behind the backstop. Top of the 6th, it's Dean Westry, top of the lineup. That's going to be a single, moving, I believe that is Fernandez to second. And here is Mike Truck with 2 men on base and 2 outs. This is the challenge today for Wash Muscle. The challenge for every pitcher. And he's going to move the runners. It's going to be a play at the plate. And it's going to be another run attributed to Mike Truck. An RBI single. 7-1 for the Amalgamated Baseball Holdings team. That should be an easy one, playable by Trevor Knockmore in a shallow outfield from second base. And that ends the inning. So another run gets tallied on for ABH. It is 7-1 at the bottom of the 6th for Stokely Hathaway, starting things off for the Haberdashers. That should be playable. Gonzalez to Smerick. It's the first out in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Murky Goodbar, 4th in the lineup, the first baseman. One of the more reliable players on the Haberdashers side hasn't been able to do it today, and he's going to make that very easy for Gonzalez. Lines it right to him. And the second out recorded. Here's Boob Jenner. And that should be easy for Dandleton. Couldn't be any simpler for Dorque. 3 up and down. It's Todd Gonzalez, the second baseman, who made a couple of those plays just then, coming up for the Haberdashers, for the Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. Excuse me, I wish he was playing for the Haberdashers. Quite a fantastic player. And that's going to be a diving catch by Hubie Goozle, sliding in to make that catch. Very nicely played for the first out. And Wash Muscles pitching to Carl Dandleton. That is, he takes 2 strikes. That strike zone goes very nice and low today. 1-2 the count. Fouls off the 4th pitch. And that is just outside for Dandleton. Fills up the count, does Wash Muscles. And he's going to walk Carl Dandleton after going 0-2 in the count. It ends up being a walk, and things are just not going the way of New York Haberdashers today. Sad to see. That is going to be an easy play, maybe for the fancy Dan to Hathaway. to Goodbar Fancy Dan to end the inning. Brought to you by Fancy Dan's Follicle Products. Put more pop in your quaff with Fancy Dan's array of shampoos, styling salves, pomades, and gelatin-like hair products. And here is Scott Dorque still pitching very strongly here in the top of the 7th. That's going to be popped up for Gonzalez. First out. Doug Lumps, as Dorque has only pitched 48 pitches here in the bottom of the 7th. That's an outstandingly economical rate. And it'll be 49 with Hernandez recording the second out. It could be 50 pitches in 7 innings. Should Knockwall be out on the first pitch. This is pitch number 50 in the bottom of the 7th. That's astounding. And oh, he cannot play it, can Dandleton. But the out is recorded, well fielded by ABH. Dugnut making the throw to Smerick. And Wash Muscles, I believe, will still take the mound. Facing Mike Hernandez, bottom of the order for the ABH team. He's going to single that one. It's going to be fair in play. Boob Jenna, easy throw. Bring up Chamberlain here in the top of the 8th. He's going to fly that one to the wall and get on with, just a single. Normally would go for second base, but I think wasn't certain if that was going to get caught, but you got to run those out. Ball 1 for Scott Dorque, the pitcher spot. Means that he will continue to stay in this game for ABH. He flies that one out to Wani Jagoff, and Chamberlain will tag up. Will stay on first. That should be an easy play. Goodbar diving onto it. Wash Muscles coming across for the third out. At the bottom of the 8th, it is still 7-1. The Haberdashers take the plate. And Wash Muscles will come out for Gauze Blacksmith as a pinch hitter. Gauze Blacksmith, backup first baseman. Played substantially well, but that's going to be an easy catch and an easy out for Dandleton, who makes the throw to Smerick. QB Goozle, top of the lineup, going to be on with a single. And it's well fielded to keep him on first base. Here is Stump Phillips, top of the order now with 1 out. Big swing from Stump. Really use something from Stump Phillips right now. He's going to foul that off. 0-2 the count. Pitcher ahead in this one. Going to smash that one into right field. It is misfielded, and the play at third is going to be very close, but QB Goozle gets on to third base. Runners on the corners. With 1 out, here is Stokely Hathaway. Takes ball 1. This is the kind of late run the New York Haberdashers do need. That is going high and far, but not far enough into the corner. Foul, and it's out for Westry. But it is going to score as the sacrifice fly does work. And it's 7-2 now with a runner on first. For Murky Goodbar, as Phillips remains on first. Big swing, should be playable for Dugnut, makes the catch, retires the sides, and coming in to get the close for the Haberdashers is Ezemiah Denove. So they're not going to go to Delma Uptown, who is their closer, but ABH. There's no safe situation, as here we go. That is going to be a big strikeout. And boy, goodness me, was Mike Truck angry at that one. Hurled his bat in disgust. Tony Smerick swinging at that one. Ezemiah Denove proving to be a very strong pitcher. For the Haberdashers, that's going to be the second out. And all he's doing right now is giving a chance for the Haberdashers to get back into this one. They're going to be down 5 at the moment. 2 outs facing Todd Gonzalez. And Denove. I don't think Denove can... he's going to let that one get on base. So Gonzalez is on first, but here's Carl Dandleton. Popping that one up. It's going to be into foul territory. Can it be playable? No, it is not. Nova's gotten a save in both games that he's played, and he's going to get the third out, a very valuable out. 3 outs with no runs scored. Here going into the bottom of the 9th, and with Jenna, Jagoff, and Lumps, the Haberdashers need to do something. Here we go. It's going to be Willie Dustis coming in at first base. A fielding change for ABH. And that will be the first out. Gonzalez makes the throw. Dustis the grab. Here is Whiny Jagoff with 1 out. And Scott Dorkew looking for the complete game. What an outing for Scott Dorkew. That is going to go to Doug Nutt. And it's out number 2. Here's Doug Lumps. Going to drop into shallow right. Westbury will field it. And 1 run is on base. Or excuse me, 1 runner is on base. Here's Trevor Knockmore. Still down by 5. All the Haberdashers. Very much an off day. ABH came to play. Mostly Mike Truck. Responsible for 5 of these 7 runs. That's a foul ball. 0-2 the count for Knockmore. And that is going to go right to Dandleton. He records the third out, and Willie Dustis makes the catch. Amalgamated Baseball Holdings will win this game. And that will be the second win for Scott Dorkew of ABH. 2-0 after this one. And that will be it. So the line score in this one, Amalgamated Baseball Holdings, with the win, 7 runs off 12 hits with 1 error. The New York Haberdashers, 2 runs off 8 hits. And of course, we'll get the box scores off to the afternoon papers. And of course, the win goes to Scott Dorkew. Gabe Ruth with the loss on this one. He will go to 1-1. And there was no save opportunity there. The finest standings of the day, Ralph Chamberlain, 2 for 4 as a catcher. Scott Dorkew, full complete game for him. 8 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, and 1 strikeout is the second finest standing of the day. And the finest standing of the day brought to you by the Honeyweed Cigarette Company, Honeyweed Tobacco Company, reminding you to smoke wheat every day, is Mike Truck, the center fielder, 4 for 5, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 2 runs. What a day for Mike Truck. And we got to hope that tomorrow we get better batsmanship, I believe is the way I'm going to put it, from the Haberdashers. That's unfortunate to see. They fall to 5-2 on the season. And that is going to be it. Amalgamated Baseball Holdings get the win. They improve to 4-3, and only 1 game from first place of the New York Haberdashers, who I guess Boston. We'll have to find out what the Boston Ruffians have done today, as I imagine that will make it a very close battle for first place. Taking on the New Ohio Debonaires. We'll find that out later, and you'll hear about it, of course. Until then, I am Scooch Closer, reminding you to tune in tomorrow on Radio WGAZ for more Haberdashers action as they face Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. Yet again, I believe Rasmus Auctions will be taking the mound for the Haberdashers, and he will face off against Anatoly Smorin for ABH. So until then, we will see you at the ballpark.